What's up, everyone? This is Bill at BLRTUNING. So I got a quick little video for you guys. Today what we are looking at is the rear camera for the 2026 Kawasaki Teryx H2 models. So this will fit your Teryx 4, your Teryx 5 Deluxe, and the Teryx 4 Deluxe. It'll fit all the models for that 26 H2 UTV. So this is specifically the rear view camera. Okay, the plug is already on the back of the machine. Same with the front camera. If you're wondering, no, you cannot put a rear view camera on the front, because in the software, probably in this box or in the software on the dashboard, the front facing camera is, the way it should be as you're looking forward. The rear facing camera is flipped. So even if you were to try to open this up and rotate the camera in the housing, it would still, you'd be seeing the sky. Everything would be upside down. So it won't work. We tried and it won't work. So just thought I'd let you guys know, because I haven't seen anybody else share that info out there. But we're going to be installing this today. You'll find these cameras on our website, blrtuning.co. As soon as the front facing camera is available again, we'll put it up there as well. Okay, so let's head out here and get it installed. It is pretty simple. Comes with a hole saw, comes with zip ties. Okay, comes with this little hole saw. So you're gonna have to drill a hole in the plastic. There's a little dimple in the back that's already there. I'll show you that real quick, and we'll get it mounted up. Okay, here we have the Kawasaki. This is our 2026 Teryx 5 H2. This is the 5-seater. So this is our shop-owned machine. Its nickname is Boogeyman. And we come around here to the back. We go straight down. See, we already have our tow hook installed. You'll see that on our website as well. Right down here, you will feel, it's very light, but right under here, you'll feel a little mark, a little dimple. That's already there. It gets mounted there, facing back. Okay, so that's where we're going to put it. Then I'll show you the dashboard once we get it installed. I'll show you the front as well, so you just can see where it goes, and then you'll see the front on our website once it's available. We come across the front of the machine, and right under here, see if we can see it. You see right there, kind of shows up on camera a little bit. You see the dimple that's already in the plastic right here. That's where you'll drill your hole. Okay, so the first step would be to drill your hole, and then you're going to shove the cable through, shove your camera through, and on the front, the wire is on the right-hand side of the machine, right here, this little cable, okay? Use some dielectric grease on the connector, and it'll plug right in. So if you're installing the front, that's where it's at. Okay, I'll show you where the wiring is on the rear. Okay, we are now at the rear of the machine on the left side, and if you come up to the back end, up high, just below the brake light here, that's the plug. Okay, so it'll be tucked back here, but it's already sticking out. Okay, that's your little plug. Okay, you see that little Deutsch connector there. Okay, so again, we'll apply some dielectric grease so nothing gets corroded. And once we drill our hole, we'll feed our wire through. We're going to zip tie it to this, our crash bar right here, up the frame, and plug it in up here. Remember, we want to go swoop down and stake on that side so we're away from the exhaust. Okay, and that's where we'll install it. Okay guys, so I just want to show you real quick. So you can see here, all right, we got a hole drilled, okay, and then you're just gonna line this guy up and push it up through there. It's got those little metal prongs that are gonna hold it in place. Okay, so we want it to sit straight, facing the back. There it goes. It ain't going anywhere. Okay. You can still turn it if you really try, if you have to. But there you go. Oh, nice clean look. Metal housing. Really nice. It's up high, out of the way. Okay, so now we will run our wire. As you can see, our wire is back here. So we will be coming on the back side of the roll cage, or crash cage I should say, frame, whatever you want to call it. Come up the frame here, and we'll come up on this side of the frame and you'll see that it meets up with this wiring here. It's a little zip tied along the way, and plug it in. Remember, use some dielectric grease. Okay, let me get it plugged in, show you what it looks like. Okay, we have our rear view camera mounted. You see it back there, the wiring comes up. It does come with plenty of zip ties to get the job done. It comes up when we had a little bit of left over, so we zip tied it up there out of the way. And we have it plugged in with some dielectric grease, so now we'll head it on inside the machine. I'll put some markers back here and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so here we are inside the Kawasaki Teryx 5H2. Once we power the key on, you'll need to press this knob, and that will say OK up there. Obviously, we have the suspension screen here, but now we should be able to just hold the back arrow down. So you can see the back arrow here where my finger is at. We hold the back arrow down, take you to this screen, and now you'll see a camera show up. Okay, it detected the camera. Should be able to go up to the camera, click on it, and there we go. So that red vehicle right there is on my right side, so we can verify that that is correct. And that jug is 8 feet behind the camera, off to the right side just a little bit. So gives you an idea as to how good the screen is. See if I can hold it there for you. Now when you turn this knob, you can zoom in. The camera is facing somewhat down. Okay, so if you zoom in, okay, so there's full out. So 1, 2, 3, 4 round robins. Okay, if you go back the other way, it will go to the closest zoom. Okay, so let me go measure that spot that we're seeing right there and tell you what that looks like. Okay, so put a paper towel on that little spot, and I measured it. The center of that paper towel is 32 inches. The darker blue, I have a piece of tape up there, that's 3 feet. So we go in 1. So that's where it's pretty much focusing, is 32 inches behind you. So that gives you an idea as to what you're looking at. And if you look closely, it looks like maybe I have the camera tilted just a hair, because on that left side, we can see the back of the tire right there. So you guys can see that right here. That is our left rear tire. So I would have liked to have seen a wider field of view, but it's better than nothing. Having a rear view camera is going to be pretty nice. Okay, so now, and if you had this, so it won't change to, it would say front camera right here, front and rear. You know, if we switch in, we'd be able to click the button to switch in between the two. But we don't have a front camera. So when this is on, you can drive forward. Let's see. All right. Oh, e-brake's off. We're in low gear. Yeah, so see, you can drive with that camera on. We're now in reverse. Okay, and then we have that, we can turn this dial. Okay, so when it's in reverse, you cannot focus in. So let me try something. Put it in neutral. Okay, so now we're focused in all the way. Right there, that'll be all the way focused. If I put it in reverse, it's staying on that focus. You can see there, and I can't change back out of that. So just keep that in mind. It's gonna stay locked on that focus right there, and I can't get out of it. So I'm back in neutral. I can now adjust the focus. So there's all the way out. Now if I put it in reverse, I cannot mess with the settings on that. There's nothing that I can do, so it's stuck there. So let's see if we put it in forward. There's low gear. Yep, there's low. Okay, so in low gear, I could still mess with it. See that? Not a huge fan of that. I don't think there's anything in the settings we can do either that I've seen, but imagine if you are climbing and you got to go back down a hill. You cannot get away from whatever zoom you're in. You'd have to put it in neutral. Other thing I will show you guys, if we get out of this screen, right, hit the back arrow and say we're on suspension, right? So there's our display with our suspension. Obviously you can change suspension modes and all that. Okay, still got your speedometer and everything up there, but now if I put it in reverse, that kind of pissed me off when I saw that. You have to physically switch it to the camera. So just always keep that in mind. If you want a camera to be on, you need to go in here, go to camera, right? And there's my camera. And keep in mind I have a spotlight over there to the right that's shining on the ground. It's pretty dark outside, so it's actually doing a really good job, because the daylight you can see right there, it is not that daylight out. A little bit, but the camera doesn't do any justice either. It's dark outside. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. When you switch to reverse, you aren't going in reverse on the camera. The camera doesn't detect that stuff. So something else to keep in mind there. Okay, and if you have the front camera, you can switch between the two whenever you want, just like I was showing you. And once we get that installed, we will show you guys. But yeah, high and low gear, you can just drive around with this rear camera on, which is really nice. I do like that. I wish that it would bring up this display once it detects that there's a camera installed. Hopefully in a firmware update, they'll have it to where when you put it in reverse, it comes to this display automatically. So it should just switch to this screen and the reverse camera. That would be ideal. But anyway, something keep in mind. And remember, these cameras are not what works with the Garmin stuff. The Garmin, if you have the Garmin screen like this has, that's a totally different system. That's about a $200 camera. You have to go to Garmin to order it, and then you have to install it yourself. That stuff is not, as far as I know, it's not all wired into the car. What's wired into the car is the Kawasaki stuff that works with their display, which means that this will work on the Teryx 4, the base model of these machines, not the non-deluxe model, even though it has a different stereo here, touchscreen, whatever. It works with this display, so it'll work on those models regardless. So that's why they did it like that. The whole partnership with Garmin, that's a whole different camera system. You can do it. We're probably going to eventually install it, but yeah, so you get the idea. Anyways, guys, I'm Bill with BLRTUNING. Remember, go check out our website. It's blrtuning.co. You'll find all kinds of products for this machine right now and coming in the future. Okay? Peace.